What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the East Delaware Knights Team Builder Dynasty here on College Football 26. We continue another season of Delaware football. Last episode, we had a pretty simple start. We played Penn State and then we played our rivals, regular Delaware. And the Penn State game was pretty simple. We won that game fairly easily. And then speaking of fairly easily, we absolutely sleptwalked. We walked right through the Delaware game. It was not even a question. We won 77-0 in that game. They're just not on our level. The only reason we play them is because they're our main rival. They're in Delaware. They're our in-state rival. We have to play them every year. That's a stipulation of the series. We just have happened to elevate multiple levels above where Delaware is. So those two games are out of the way, but now we have two more interesting games. One being the first game of the doubleheader, which is our next rival against Temple. And then we have a bye week, and then we open up Big 12 play. I'm pretty sure we open a Big 12 play. We play Florida International, so I think they're in the Big 12 in this. I'm pretty sure. I guess we could check, but I think it's Big 12 play. If not, then the next episode will start the conference play. But I'm pretty sure they are in the Big 12. So let's get into it because I am excited to keep rolling with this team. Our offense is unbelievable. Mitch Maije had an unbelievable game against regular Delaware. With the one game that he played where he had like 300 plus yards and like 5 touchdowns or 6 touchdowns, whatever he jumped into number 2 for the Heisman voting early in the season. So Mitch Maije is on a historical pace right now. We got to keep him involved in that and keep it going. So we'll see if he can keep it up against Temple. I would assume so. I don't think Temple's very good either. This should be another pretty simple episode. I'm hoping that both games we can kind of cut to the end after we have dominated for the first half, but I mean, we've had games where I've said that before, and then we end up having a dogfight in the fourth quarter. So you never know what's going to happen. But I'm hoping, praying, crossing the fingers that we actually just completely dominate these two teams, and it's not even a challenge. So if you go to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, join the Juice Club. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So if you want to help me get to that mark, make sure you hit that subscribe button, join the Juice Club. And let's get into this episode because I have a feeling it could be pretty straightforward. So here we are. It is week 4 of the 2030 college football season. Addison Arrington looking good in the puffer jacket. And as you can see, if we go to top stories, Mitch Maije is number 2 in the Heisman voting after that game against regular Delaware. But if we quickly take a peek at recruiting, we have some guys that are ready for visits. I just don't know, like I mentioned in the last episode, I don't know where I should pull my hours from. I'm kind of thinking we take off Ben Freeman's 50 hours because Oklahoma seems to really want him. He's a good player. 90 strength, 87 finesse moves. He's a really good player. I just don't know if we're going to be able to outpace Oklahoma, especially they have a platinum tier pipeline, so that might just be over already. And then we could use those hours to schedule visits for guys like John Missouri or Ben Brown or our quarterback prospect Jared Kendricks, who actually we already got him on a visit. I forgot about that. So we got him on a week 7 visit. We are going to have to switch to a hard sell pretty soon. He likes brand exposure, but we already knew that. That's one of his interests that's already been revealed. So I'm assuming we can start hard selling him next week. That's probably going to be the right choice because Colorado is right there with. Actually, you know what? I probably should hard sell now. Let me hard sell now just so I can make sure we stay ahead of Colorado in case that week 7 game comes in a little bit too fast. Primetime player looks to be the sell, but I'm just going to make sure that it's not anything else. I think it's only one, and it is. Okay, so primetime player, and that just happens to be the best one we can have, except for Coach Prestige. So primetime player is huge. We'll add that extra 10 hours on there to make it a full 50, and hopefully that keeps us away from Colorado and keeps the lead ahead of them. And that week 7 game is going to have to be pretty important. We are going to have to schedule some other people. Hopefully, Deontay Choice ends up getting to his top 5 pretty soon, so we can get him on a same visit as week 7, and then we can start scheduling some offensive linemen and stuff like that, just to kind of get those complimentary visits up and try to boost as best as possible. The week 7 game, if you're curious, the week 7 game is against Maryland, so it is a rivalry game, which also adds to the boost. So it'll be interesting. FIU is in the Big 12, by the way. I thought they were. Our schedule's not too crazy. I think we can handle this pretty easily this year. And as you can see, we won 77-3. We've allowed 3 points through 2 weeks of play, which is pretty sick. But it's time to play Temple. Rivalry game. Got to keep up the offense. Got to keep Mitch Maije in the Heisman race. I'm expecting him to go off on another pretty amazing game because this Temple team should not really have a chance against us. They just shouldn't. But you never know. Crazier things have happened. But let's get into it. East Delaware, Temple, big rivalry. Let's go see what Mitch Maije and the offense can do.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Temple Owls, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Lincoln Financial Field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, a squad looking to put on a show, taking on a squad from the American, the Temple Owls. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football on these days. David Holland and Jessica Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up.
We are on the road against Temple, kicking off to start the game. I'm hoping this is a pretty quick one where we just go in here, take a couple of quarters, absolutely smack around Temple, and then they can't even handle it. We won 48-3 the last game against them last year. I'm kind of surprised we only put up 48 points, but whatever. I mean, we put up 77 and then 84, or did I put up 88? I can't remember. It was something in the 80s the last year against Delaware, and then we put up 77 just last episode against them. We kind of go crazy, and there's Chad Muma, or not Chad Muma, that's a real person. Sean Muma making a play. Maybe Chad Muma is his older brother. You never know. Or cousin. Could be cousin. But Sean Muma makes the play. And then Hicks, look at Roddy Hicks making a big-time play. And already it's a 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. We have a pretty amazing pair of edge rushers. Forrest Tatum and Wayne Bostic are a dynamic duo at the edge rusher position. This is an insanely wild deep ball. And Ahmad Tolbert will knock down the receiver, not even knock the ball down. That was risky because that receiver who he threw to had 99 spec catch. That could have gotten ugly real fast, and I would have been super upset. Alani Reddick, back to return the punt. Has a little bit of space. I should have kept going around the other way. I didn't think there was that much room. And here comes the offense. Mitch Maije had a fantastic week. I even undersold him. He had 341 and 6 touchdowns in that game against Delaware. So I'm guessing he's going to go crazy again because Delaware and Temple are probably... Temple and Delaware are more similar in their ratings than anybody is to us at this point. So I'm expecting this to be another very, very big game for Mitch Maije, which would help him in the race. I didn't even think at the beginning of the season that our running back would be in the Heisman race, but Maije's kind of turned himself into the starter. It was going to be the transfer that we had brought in who was going to be the starting running back for us. But then Maije kind of took over because he has so much speed, and there's a receiving touchdown for Mitch Maije. He just does that. He's got so much speed. He's got like 95 speed, 96 excel. And he's a big dude. He's way more built than you would expect for a guy with the speed ratings that he has. He's got very big shoulders, very big legs, hard to bring down type of guy, but he's also got powerful, speedy legs that can move down the field pretty quickly. And he showed it right there. And we are already up 7-0. It took us a couple of minutes to score 7 points. This could be the first game where we cut it before halftime. That'd be kind of insane, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know how he held on to that. Good coverage by Jeremiah Wolf, but I thought I got there almost too early and forced him to drop it. But he held on. Good catch. Impressive catch. They go to him again, or they go across the face of the defense again, and they keep running hurry up. I forget if Temple is a hurry up team or if they're just doing this because now they're down. I think they might be a hurry up team, which I'm not a fan of playing hurry up offense. I just don't like it. They're annoying. And that is going to be a throw to the flat. He's got nobody around him. It would have been stopped short if only we had somebody there. And I didn't really execute my blitz very well. I was blitzing with Roddy Hicks, and unfortunately, I chose the wrong side. I thought the center was going to go more to the left. He chose to go to the right, which is where I chose to go. And then I got stuck. So it didn't really work too well. And it looks like they are most likely a hurry-up offense, which is kind of annoying. I don't like playing hurry-up offenses just because it just doesn't let the clock drain, and it gets our guys tired, and it's kind of annoying to play overall. Vince Murphy can't get off the line. You got to do better than that, Vince Murphy. If you're one of our best players on the team and one of the best players in college football, you got to be able to throw down a center who plays for Temple. You just got to be able to do that. That's just got to happen. So not being able to win that rush is frustrating. Oh, good tackle. That's like a spear of a tackle. 2nd and 13. Temple moves the ball pretty well right now. I think their hurry-up offense is working better than it should. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I had the stop there, but I was too slow to the ball. So that when he ran across the face of him, he was already gone before I could get there. Another keeper for the quarterback. We were ready for it that time. He gets nothing on the play. I mean, we've had the same group of guys out there. Both teams have had the same group of guys out there this entire drive. They have not let anybody take a breather. 3rd and 4. They're unfortunately into field goal range. So, if anything, they're going to get points, which is annoying. I was hoping to shut out Temple as well as like I did Delaware. But they could also get 7 points if they get this play to work, and they do. Down the seam, another big play. I don't see playing a team like this that has hurry up as their style. You don't want to waste timeouts. Like, you almost hope for incompletions to get your guys subbed in and subbed out, because you don't really want to waste timeouts early in the game just to get some free subs in there, some new players. But it's just frustrating because then your guys get tired, and then they miss tackles, and then stuff like that happens. And now they finally let it go. My God, it's a whole new defense out there, basically. It's a whole new defense and a whole new world. Let's see what Damian Foster's got. Damian Foster threatened. Oh, he's not even going to get a chance. Temple scores a touchdown. Wow. Okay. Damian Foster threatened to transfer. We were able to convince him to come back because we told him that he was going to get some playtime, and he's now out there. He's getting playtime. But Temple scoring on me is very frustrating. They're the first team that scored a touchdown on me this season. Penn State got a field goal. Delaware didn't score at all. So the fact that Temple is the first team to get a touchdown on me, very annoying. I'm very, very annoyed about that. But we just couldn't stop their not their high-powered offense, their hurry-up offense. Their offense is certainly not high-powered. But their hurry-up offense, just we couldn't stop across the middle. We would stop them on 1st and 2nd down, and then that's the block. You see, this is what happened against regular Delaware. The blocking down the field was how Maije opened up all those runs. If our defense could just play half of what they play, sometimes we would be so much better. Maije scores another touchdown. This time it's a rushing one. Yeah, he's going to have an amazing season this year. I'm assuming he's going to be able to do this against all teams, not just against the bad teams, because he's a good running back. But you never know. Maybe he's going to be a fluke that only can do it against the bad teams. But we don't really play that many good teams this year. We kind of got a pretty favorable schedule against the Big 12 this year. That's a pretty good tackle, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We lead 14-7. I really wish it was 14-0. That's not how it's worked so far. But maybe we can control them now. At least our guys got a little bit of a breather. Now we got our stars back in. Although they didn't get that much of a breather because we scored so quickly. That's a great tackle by Jeremiah Wolf. That's a textbook tackle. You hook the legs. You drive them to the dirt. It's a great tackle. The film room's going to be loving that one. That can't be caught. It can't be caught. We got to play tighter coverage than that. I think Sean Muma's in coverage on those, and he's just he's not quick enough. He's a good player. He just doesn't have that burst of speed to cover like that. So that kind of hurts him as he got beat right there on that route or on that run. We might have to figure out a different solution for Sean Muma. Maybe we can play him at a different spot. I really don't know where else he would fit in. He's not really an edge rusher, and we have that position filled with Bostic and Forrest. Oh, God, I hate myself. I really do. How do I miss that? I had a sack fed right to me. I won that rush immediately. It was one of my best pass rushes I've done in a while, and I just missed the sack entirely. God, I am just absolute garbage at this game. Oh, God, that was a big hit stick. How did he hold on to the football? It seems like Temple's going to score again. That's just kind of the vibe I'm getting from this drive, especially if I'm missing that sack. That's a quick throw. Good tackle by Ahmad Tolbert. I'd really like if you didn't run hurry up. That'd be really nice. If you could just be a normal offense. It's a quick throw, and that is held on to. No, it's dropped. Okay. 3rd and 3. I was about to say, how does he hold on to that one? LSU just beat FCS Southeast 48-14. We're keeping an eye on LSU because they have Theo Graves as their starting quarterback now. So we are invested in that. They go with the quarterback keeper. He breaks the tackle and gets the first down. Are you serious? I played that as well as I could given the situation. Sean Washington was right there, and of course he breaks the tackle. Why else? What else would he do? I mean, what am I supposed to do on that? I dove right at him. All I'm saying is if I'm the offense in that situation, he goes down on the tackle. I'm just saying it. There's no way that my guy breaks the tackle, but of course the CPU guy breaks the tackle because all CPU guys break tackles. We shut that down. It's 3rd and goal from the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3. Get to the quarterback, please. Get to the quarterback. We're not going to be able to, but somebody make the play. Somebody make that play. Thank you. 4th and goal from the 4. Are they going to go for it again? They are. This is an aggressive Temple team. They are going for it again. I mean, I respect it because they know that they're in trouble. They're going to go to the end zone. It's intercepted by Ahmad Tolbert in the end zone. I'm not quite sure what he saw there. We can go and see an instant replay. Let's see what the quarterback's seeing. So if we go from his point of view, he's looking in the middle. He's looking in the middle. Then he sees. So what does he see here? I mean, he kind of has this open. If he gets it around Wayne Bostic, I would assume he could just like throw it at an angle. If he's throwing from here, he could probably hit that throw. I mean, I guess you take the risk that Bostic jumps that, but I doubt that Bostic has. I mean, he's on his back pedal. I doubt that he could turn that around and jump that route. So he's throwing to number 80 over here, number 83. This is never open. I'm not quite sure if maybe he was throwing to number 13 and he overthrew it, but it doesn't look like an overthrow. It looks like he's directly intending on throwing to 83, which is not the right idea because when he chooses to throw this, right here, when he chooses to throw this, it's not open. It's double covered. Somebody's making a play on it. Maybe it's not an interception like it ended up being, but somebody's making a play on it. But then it ends up where, I mean, Ahmad Tolbert just reads it the whole way and steps in front. There's nothing really else he could have done. He did everything. It was basically like the quarterback threw it to him. He was more open than the wide receiver was. So maybe it was supposed to go to 13 because this is open. I really don't think that Bostic would have been able to make a play. He's on the back pedal. I don't think he could have made the play on that. Bad throw by the quarterback. Really bad decision. It works out in our favor, but really, really poor decision from the quarterback to throw that. He was never open. He was never, ever open. Maijay's already got 5 for 92 and 2 scores, 1 passing, or 1 receiving, 1 rushing. Little QB blast action. And look at Bryce Saylor go! Bryce Saylor with the QB blast. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it through the gap there. It looked like they were going to shut it down before he got through, and I would have been kind of upset because there was a lot of room to run. Thankfully, we were able to get it. We also start with the football, which is going to be nice in the second half. That's going to be dropped. I didn't really want to throw that, but I thought for a second he was open. Turns out he wasn't. What are they doing here? What is this type of... Coverage. Oh, Dion, you got to tell me you can hear that. Come on, Dion. Temple is not that loud. Come on, Dion. Whatever, Dion. Temple is not that loud, dog. You should be able to hear me all the way. Oh, Lonnie Coleman, man. That's a brutal miss. Those animations suck, by the way. I hate those animations. I cannot believe the Temple's crowd is loud enough to force my receiver to not be able to hear me. Unacceptable. Majay's got another rushing touchdown, though. This man's going to have a Heisman season. I'm feeling it right now. He's already got 141 yards and 3 scores. It's just, he's too good. He's such a mix. This is what I wanted when we recruited him in the first place. This is kind of my vision that I had for him. Because when we recruited him, he already had good speed and good size. And I thought that he might be that good combination, that good mixture of speed and power. And he has become that. He has turned into that. Ohio State's actually the #1 team in the country. And we're in year 6. Am I in the Matrix? What? Ohio State never sims that well this deep into a franchise. They're always like unranked and losing to Illinois and teams like that and losing to Iowa. How are they #1 in the country? They must have been recruiting pretty well, which is not really what they do in the game for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, they're the best team in college football in real life. I don't know how they don't simulate well in the game. I mean, Georgia simulates well, but Georgia sucks in real life. Georgia's trash. Garbage program. (21-7), big sack for us, Tatum. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Forrest just, he had that way about him. He felt like he was primed and ready for a sack, and he got it there. But is Wayne Bostic ready? Not really, unless he gets one here. Oh, he almost did. He was half a second too slow. Almost got one. This is a big third down. 3rd and 19. Would they go for it again, or are they a little too far back? I guess they're going to have a chance. Is that a roughing the passer call? Did we just rough the passer, or is it going to be a flag on hold? Oh, okay. Whew. I thought it was going to be a roughing the passer call. I'd have been super upset. I'm going to actually decline it and go for 4th down. They are going to go for it. Oh, they're going to kick the field goal. This is an insanely deep field goal. This got to be like 65 plus. Or maybe 60 on the dot. I don't even know. This is not going to go in. Oh my God, that was way closer than I thought. Kudos to that kicker, Jeff Zimmerman. He got that way more close than it ever deserved to be. That was an insanely close kick. It just hooked right at the last second. See if I can fit that in there. Caught by Kiki Togiai. He makes a big catch down the field. We will run the clock a little bit. I mean, at any point, you could hand the ball out to Mitch Majay, and it could be a touchdown. That's the kind of power he has. So he's got 7 for 150 and 3 touchdowns. Well, 2 rushing. He's kind of going crazy. We're going to go there. That was not a great pass, and it ended up being an incomplete pass. I didn't feel confident in that throw, and that's why it kind of ended up being a bad decision. 21 seconds. They're in press coverage. This should be a touchdown. Come back to the football. He does. It's Kiki Togiai. I'm going to actually call my first time out here just to give me a little bit of a chance to figure out what I want to do. And Jacquez Abram will come into the game. Is he going to shark the touchdown from Majay? He will not. He gets blown up. What do we want to call here? I guess just another sting play? I could call another timeout if this doesn't go through. Handoff. Abram. Wow, they're ready. They are not letting me run the ball in. They want me to kick a field goal? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? You want me to kick a field goal when I can scramble with Bryce Saylor for a touchdown? That was the longest 1 second I've ever seen in my life. How did that not hit triple zeros? Saylor will run into the end zone for a rushing touchdown, and we will lead 28-7, and we get the ball 35-7. I might end up ending it after we score 35 because that'll be the end of the game there. There's no reason to see anymore. Oh God. I'll also try to put some backups in too. Because Majay's already done a pretty good job. He doesn't really need to play much more. I'd also like to see a little bit of Sean Gray. It would also appease his play style or his deal breaker if we get him on the field. So let's keep running with Maje just to keep giving him a little bit more stats to pad. I mean, look at these blocks. These blocks open up for 30 yards every single time. He's got 8 for 172. He's unbelievable. He's actually the greatest running back in college football history. 9 for 176. Let's try to go for a play action wheel. I would wheelie like that. Throw me a block. Thank you for that block. That's a huge legendary block. We throw that there, and that's going to get caught by Griggs. I thought the DB got a hand on it, or the linebacker, whoever that is. I thought he got a hand on it, but Griggs. Ooh, 3,000 career pass yards for Bryce Saylor. Congratulations. Congratulations to Big Bryce. How did the DB not, or how did the Temple player not get a hand on that? I thought I undersold it a little bit because I was throwing on the run. And I think I did still, but that ball, how did that get caught? I mean, the hand is then in the perfect place. Oh, that's how it got caught because it went through his hand. It phased through his hand. You can see it right there, right there. That's how it got caught. Okay, I was gonna say his hand was right on it. I didn't know how he caught that. It just gave me the catch for some reason. For unknowing reasons, EA Sports, the football gods, were kind to me today, and they gave me this catch. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it works out because Grace catches it. It was a great throw from Bryce Saylor. If we follow Bryce on this one. He throws it a little bit too shallow because of him being on the run. He throws it a little bit too short, but it's still a perfect throw, all things considered. That might be the screeny right there. And that gets us to the 7-yard line. Jacquez Abram will come in. Last time he was in, he didn't have a great couple of runs. He got shut down immediately. But this time he's going to find his way into the end zone. Touchdown, East Delaware. That's 35. And that, my friends, is the game. You will see the end of the game when the final score comes up. But other than that, I will see you there. That is the game, ladies and gentlemen. 63-10. We easily won it. We even had a pick six. I think it was like 80-something yards with Vince Peters at the end of that game. I did have the backups in. So Maje didn't play the full game, but he had some good runs right after or right before I put the backups in. And then Sean Gray was pretty good. He had some good runs as well. Andres Funk, he had a rush for like 15 or 30 yards. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there's the pick six, by the way, if you're seeing that. But Andres Funk came in. He had one run that was like 15 to 30 yards. I can't remember exactly how big the run was, but it was a pretty decent run. He's not that fast, but he still had a decent run. And then he also had a jet touch pass for Muhammad Littlejohn, which ended up in like 3 or 4 yards, so it wasn't anything too crazy. But he did get to play a little bit. And we absolutely crushed Temple, as I expected us to do. So now let's get to the bye week, because the bye week is going to be super important. It's going to decide where we go with a lot of these 5-stars. We got locked out of another guy, but I think that's another guy that we didn't have on our board. Super important. Maje is the player of the week again. No shocker there, both conference and nationally. And I would assume he's still at the top. He is now the leader in the clubhouse, as you would expect. He's had a crazy season so far. But let's take a look at recruiting. Were we able to stay ahead of Colorado? Wow, Colorado fell so far. Tennessee has now jumped into the running for Jared Kendricks, and they actually have a week 5 visit, which is the next the next game when we simulate this week 4 game. So we are definitely gonna have to schedule some complimentaries for that week 7 game. Kevin Cortez is still looking pretty good. Deontay Choice, unfortunately, has not gotten down to his top 5 just yet. He might not make it to that week 7 game. Nate Good, John Missouri, Clemson is killing us right now. I need to switch to a hard sell, absolutely, on John Missouri. We need to switch it, and it's going to be primetime player. He's unfortunately going to cost 30 hours. I need to get some complimentaries with him. Week 14 is the Clemson game, or is when he's scheduled to go on campus. So we could undermine them and schedule him for week 13, but unfortunately, he might not make it to week 13. He might just go to Clemson, especially with that platinum pipeline. He might just go to Clemson where without the week 13 visit or without the week 14 visit. So we might have to go something a little bit earlier. Maybe we schedule like a week 9 with Baylor and we go championship contender and hope that works out. It's a risky one though. Ben Brown, he's going to need 20. I scheduled too many people that are far away. Dom McCullum. How's the one guy doing? Wasn't it Sergio Hodge? Was that the guy that I was looking at? I couldn't. No, it was this guy. It was Ben Freeman. Yeah, he's probably just going to go to Oklahoma. Even though he's a great player, he's probably just going to go to Oklahoma. I think I just need to take him off the board. That frees up 50 hours that we can do some stuff with. So we need to schedule some complimentary visits. We need to do all kinds of stuff. What does he like? He likes pro potential. Unfortunately, that's the only one that we know about. We could guess at what his hard sell is. Don McCullum. It could be gamer. It could also be. What else could it be? It could also be. Oh, okay. It is just gamer. Well, that's helpful. That's pretty helpful. It's not our greatest one. We do have a B plus in there, but a B plus is not horrible. We're also trying to compete with Ohio State for him, which is going to be pretty tricky. Is he worth going after? I know he's a 5-star. 90 strength, 87. Oh, yeah, he's just a better version of that 4-star that we were looking at that we just gave up on. So I think Don McCullum is certainly a guy that we need to recruit pretty heavily. And I think if we get him on a week 8 to Texas Tech, could be something good. So we do that. Just sucks that all these guys are so expensive to send on visits because they're so far away from us. We can schedule, or we can send Deontay Hyde on a hard sell. We can get him. There we go, with clocked in. Put that there. Sergio Hodge, we can't do anything with yet. Trey Littleton, we could get a complimentary with Hendricks, or with Kendricks, excuse me, but unfortunately we can't because he's on campus to somebody, to Duke at week 7. We do have the benefit of a platinum pipeline with this guy. Maybe that'll just be enough. I don't know. We'll have to find out about that. Jose Incognito, we're losing to Pitt right now. Pitt? But if I go hard sell and we choose, which one's it going to be? Did I pass it? Oh, yeah, it's standard bearer. If we go standard bearer and then the 10 plus on that, another 40 hours. Come on, guys. Playing time for a Sam linebacker is a C plus. Okay. Is he worth going after? 82 speed, 85 excel. He looks like a pretty decent player. 83 pursuit. I don't know what I want to do with him just yet. Kenyon Lewis, we might have to bail on. Oregon has a diamond pipeline and they have a week 12 visit. We might just have to bail on him. So I think I'm just going to pull out of that. I will also take off Manu Chosen. Forgot about that. Okay, so that opens up some extra hours. Ooh, Arkansas has actually gone after Niles Griffin. I was hoping that nobody would go after him so I could just get a free recruit without even having to worry about it. But Arkansas is interested, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't know if I want him that bad, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. So now that we have 70 hours opened up, I got to figure out what I want to put these hours on. I think I need one on Deontay Hyde, a visit on Deontay Hyde, but I also need one on Ben Brown. So we're going to get a complimentary with Don McCullum. Where's the coach prestige? There it is. We're going to send him on a complimentary on week 8. That should be able to keep us ahead of LSU, hopefully. We could try. We know 2 out of the 3 for a hard sell. Coach prestige, and then his deal breaker is championship contender, so he's going to like that. It's probably aspirational goals, but it could also be house call. It might be too risky. You know what? It's too risky. I don't want to, especially with LSU being so close. I can't really risk missing on that. I need these top guys like DeAndre Choice. I need him to get to his top 5 so that we can get him on a visit. Deontay Hyde, I need to send him on campus. Uh, we already have complimentaries there. Maybe getting him on a complimentary with John Missouri would help because John Missouri needs a little bit more help. So we'll schedule that for Hyde on the week 9 visit. And then we have 25 hours left. Who's going to have 25 hours for a visit? Is anybody have 25 hours for a visit? Wow, nobody's got 25 hours for a visit. So I guess I'm just going to have to put 25 hours on to somebody. Do I want to go after this 5-star safety, Terry Akbar? Maybe. He looks fairly good. You know what? Let's just put 25 hours on him for now and see if that gets us even in the race. If not, then we'll pull out of it and adjust. But that is where our recruiting is for the bye week. We'll see what happens when we get to the week 6 game. Hopefully we don't get locked out on anybody. And we are still in the running, but we are second on Jared Kendricks. Second on Jared Kendricks. Interesting. Tennessee is really making a push. He really liked that week 5 visit. All right, so week 7 is going to have to be it's going to have to be massive. We're going to have to kill Maryland next episode if we want to have any hope. I mean, he might just commit when we simulate to week 7. There's a really good possibility he commits to Tennessee after this week. I'm hoping that's not the case because he's the best quarterback prospect I could find in this class. So I really hope he doesn't do that. But there's nothing else I can do. Kevin Cortez has chosen to get to his top 5, which is huge. We can get him on a week 9 with Deontay Hyde, which is also huge. We can probably also get him on. Yeah, we know what his hard sell is. So we can switch to that and hopefully stay ahead of the game on this. His hard sell is going to be football influencer. There we go. Hopefully we can stay ahead of Notre Dame on that. Deontay Choice has gotten down to his top 5, which means we can get him on that week 7 Maryland visit. He likes brand exposure. That's huge. LSU was not scheduled to visit yet, but that getting him to that top 5 is pretty big because then getting him on that visit is going to be absolutely crucial. Nate Good, on the other hand, I don't really know where to put him because we obviously have the competitive visit with John Missouri, and I don't think I want to take that risk, especially because John Missouri is more up in the air than I would like. Oh, he's going to Clemson. Wow, he's really going to go to Clemson. He's like really going to go to Clemson. So John Missouri's pretty much off the table. We got to focus pretty heavily on Nate Good, and I think nobody's really going after him. I think I might be able to sneak a week 12 in there and be good. I wish you could reschedule visits, but I know that's not a thing. Oh, Ben Brown. I need to switch to a hard sell on him. I just don't know what my hard sell for him is going to be. He likes championship contender, and we know that he likes coach prestige. So it's probably aspirational goals, but unfortunately could also be house call. It's the same situation we had with the other guy. It's one of these two, and I don't know if we can risk it or not because we're already falling behind. I'm gonna say it's brand exposure, so it's house call. I'm gonna risk that. It's probably wrong, but if we don't risk it, then we're gonna lose him anyway. So we are really falling behind on Dom McCullum. Ohio State's just kind of taking this away. Deontay Hyde, we're doing okay in right now. Sergio Hodge has gotten to his top 5, which is huge. We can get him on the week 7 with the quarterback. Massive. Actually massive. Trey Littleton. He can't. That's right. He's the one that can't go in week 7. I was going to say. Jose Incognito, I may want to just pull off of. Because to be fair, we're right there. We could do a week 9, maybe steal it. Maybe. Antoine Broyles, he's got a week 10 to Penn State. We know what his hard sell is. Unfortunately, playing time is a C. He might be another candidate for a pullout, and we just take him off the board. Unfortunately, Sam linebacker is just not in a good spot for us. Other people are recruiting pretty heavily. And then we did jump into the Terry Akbar race. Ooh, Arkansas is actually making a decent push for Niles Griffin. I'm gonna have to make a choice if I want Niles Griffin or not. Oh, we made it into with only 25 hours. We actually jumped pretty far into the running for Terry Akbar. So there's a world where I put 50 on him. We go like top three. But Tyler Woods is probably a more important. Although 77 speeds, a little sketch. Little sketch. We already know what your hard sell is. I could just switch up a hard sell on you. We would lose basically all of our hours. We'd have 10 left, but at least we know what the hard sell is. And I think I'm going to put the last 10 on Terry Akbar, see what happens. Okay. Well, we're probably going to have some disappointment, some heartbreak after we play this game against FIU. We're probably going to unfortunately lose a lot of guys that we like, which sucks, but that's just the way that it's going to go because it's just that's the way that the pipelines work. Oh my God, the Vice City alternates are disgustingly sexy. I like that a lot. Don't they have a white version of them? Yeah, here, I thought they had the white version. I don't know what I like better. The white one looks really good, but the black looks really good with the pink. The neon pink and the black. I've always liked the neon pink black combo. That might be Mr. 305. Mr. Worldwide. That might be what I go with. That black uni looks pretty good. And then we are gonna wear our storm, not storm the castle. That's the unfortunately that's the Golden Broncos, Northern Ohio. We're gonna wear the Crusade uniforms. Is what I wanted to say. So we will go into Florida and try to take down FIU. They're not very good. It's a theme that we're playing teams that aren't very good, but that's just kind of be how it is. Let's go see if we can win this game and then get ready for the possible disappointment of recruiting.
When you're ranked in the top five, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road and this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a statement in this one. Welcome everyone to the home of the FIU Panthers, just outside of Miami and Pit Bull Stadium. As we see a squad from the Big 12, a club looking to make a statement, taking on another team from the Big 12, the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, can't wait to get this one started.
All right, here we go. It is game time against FIU. A little bit of a gloomy day. There's some sun out, but clouds are hanging over. But it's a perfect day for some football. Perfect day for FIU to go crazy beaten. Get crazy beaten by us. Although they look kind of good in those unis, I have to say. They look kind of good in those unis. They kind of do. I'm very curious to see how their offense runs, though. Hopefully they're not another hurry-up offense, because I'm tired of playing against those. Temple was annoying to play against. Although they stopped doing it once we got to the second half, at least to the fourth quarter, because we killed them at that point, so they really didn't have a chance. Which was nice. But I am curious to see how this offense works, because they're 69 overall. Nice. Are they going to be a decent team? Are they going to get points on us? Probably. I mean, Temple scored 10, which I didn't like. But we had the backups in when they kicked the field goal, so it didn't really matter. There's a handout to the running back. Broken tackle. You're telling me Forrest Tatum's going to miss a tackle like that? I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. But he did. That's what they said. It is kind of hard to read what number the player has with the way that they have the gradients on the perp or the pink. I can kind of tell, but some numbers are a little bit hard. Like, is the quarterback number 8 or is he number 6? I think he's number 6, but it's hard to tell. It could be 8. I can't even tell. Like, obviously 30 is the running back's number, but some numbers are harder to see. That's a big drop, actually. I thought he was going to catch that for sure. Emmanuel Kalu, or Kalu. I don't know where you put the emphasis on it. Could be Kalu, could be Kalu. Could be Kalu. Reddick with the return. He takes it for a few yards. And the offense will come out on the field with Heisman contender, the big dog, Mitch Maje. fully expected him to go off on another game, because why wouldn't he? Who on this FIU team can stay with Maije? There's nobody. Handoff. The blocking's right there. He runs right past everybody. And it's a simple 22-yard run. He gets 20 to 30 yards every single play, it feels like. I know he doesn't, but that's what it feels like. Handoff, Maije again. Make a man miss. Ooh, the juke wasn't as clean as it needed to be. But still, another huge gain. He's already up to 37 yards. He got 2 carries. But maybe this is the Bryce Saylor game. What's Bryce Saylor got up his sleeve? Little check down to Coleman. Maije comes back for the handoff. And it's going to be a run outside. Maije's got decent blocks. Cut it back inside. Maije, fight for it. He's in. Touchdown, East Delaware. And he waves to the FIU faithful. He's already at almost 1,000 yards. He just needs a 300-yard game. He'll be there. And we are, we are what? 6 weeks into the season? We've had our 2 byes this year, so we have no more byes the rest of the season. Just a run of conference play. This is the first conference game of the year. Let's see if we can stop Emmanuel Kalu. He's going to hand it up to the running back. We were right there. We blew it up, even though I missed the tackle. We still got it. We still got it. Oh, that can't be caught. And it is going to be caught, but it's by our guy, Antoine Parker. The quarterback, Kalu, just sailed that football. My God. That was never going to be caught for a touch or for a catch by an FIU player. That was a tragically bad throw. Handoff. Maije thought he had a little bit of burst when he made that cut. I thought he was going to have a crazy good burst and he was going to outrun that guy. Unfortunately, he couldn't. Let's see what Bryce Saylor's got on the QB draw, and he's going to have himself a first down. Nobody runs a QB draw like Kenyon Garnett did, unfortunately. But that's just because he's legendary. Kenyon Garnett is going to go down in folklore like Paul Bunyan or something. That's the type of guy that Kenyon Garnett was. It's almost like he wasn't real. He was so good. Timeout FIU. Why would you call timeout with a minute to go in the first quarter? Strange timeout, unless you're trying to substitute new people on. Very strange decision by the FIU Panthers. Handoff to Maije. He's fighting. He reaches the ball across. Mitch Maije. That's what I'm talking about. That's a Heisman run right there. You reach that ball across. He got stopped at the 2 and scored that touchdown. That's that big dog mentality. Big dog? Who? Let's see if Barry Dickerson can put a hit stick on the guy. He's fast. I hate that spin move. They do it every single time. I brought that up. I pointed that out in a recent video. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the most recent South Carolina video. But whatever it was, I pointed out the fact that the CPU kick returners always break out a spin move. It doesn't matter what situation they're in, what team it is, doesn't matter what player it is, whether they have a good spin move or not, which usually kick returners are going to be athletic and they're going to have good spin moves. But still, they always break out that spin move. It's weird. I don't know if I've seen a kick returner not do it. And they just broke out one there on that screen pass. It's very strange that they do that. And most of the time it works. At least it works to not allow my hit stick to fully activate. Which maybe that's why they do it. Delvin Naylor is his name? Naylor? I hardly know her. Oh, that's a good screen. That's actually a really good screen. Good tackle by Jeremiah Wolf. Jeremiah Wolf is just always around the ball. He's got great instincts for a athlete that could have been a tight end, could have been a defensive player. We turned him into a safety. He's got great instincts. Oh, that's an unfortunate broken tackle there, but thankfully we brought him down anyway. It's Greg McGooligan. He's a hooligan. Greg McGooligan. I really was hoping the quarterback was going to keep that. I could have destroyed him. And what looked like it could be a promising drive is now turned into a 3rd and long for the FIU Panthers. They won't be able to snap it at the end of the quarter. It's a two-score lead headed into the second. We are on pace for another pretty big blowout. Unfortunately, we don't have recruits on campus because we're not on campus. Man, that Maryland game next episode is going to be so important. Although it may not be as important because I have a really big feeling. This has got to be another pick, right? Oh, Antoine went up with a hand and not the two hands. He went up with one. But they're going to put it away. I have a really big feeling that Jared Kendricks or whatever. Is his first name Jared? I think it is. Whatever it is. The quarterback. He's going to commit to whoever's ahead of us. Is it Tennessee? Might be Tennessee. Whoever's ahead of us. He's going to commit to them, and when we simulate to week 7, he's not even going to make it to the visit week. Because that just happens to me so many times. It's so annoying. Ooh, Deion Buck got caught from behind. That's rare. That is rare. But that's just my gut feeling is what I think is going to happen. And it's going to be annoying. Because he's the best quarterback, in at least that I saw, that we could go after. He's the best quarterback in the high school recruiting that I noticed. So I'm a little bit worried that he's just going to say, you know what? I don't want to go play for East Delaware. I don't know why you wouldn't. Who doesn't want to come play for East Delaware? We're national champions. We are actually throwing the ball more consistently now since Kenny Garnett graduated. We actually have a quarterback that can throw the ball. It's a prime location. Who wouldn't want to come play for Dover? Play in Dover, Delaware. Get the screen pass out. Throw me some blocks. Oh, some really good blocks. Majay's going to take this to the house. He's got nobody next to him. No, you're not going to catch him. You're not going to catch him. You're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Mitch Majay. Good God, this guy is out of control. He's so freaking good, man. He's so good. When's the last time I took a screen pass to the house for a touchdown? Somebody let me know because I have no clue. But Mitch Majay, he has a legit case to be the best running back in college football, to be the best running back in Dover history, in Delaware history. He's so freaking good. I mean, look at this guy. This guy's an animal. He likes them big. He likes them chonky. Look at this dude. Look at this dude out here. And we lead 21-0. This is going about as well as I thought it would. I'm glad that I actually have performed as well as I expected to, because sometimes I'll say things like, oh, this is going to be an easy game, and then we go out there and we lay an egg and we trash and we almost lose, or we do lose, and then I'm very frustrated. But this time, at least this episode, has gone about as well as I could have ever asked. I mean, I said we were going to walk right over Temple. We did just that. They just scored 10 points, but we walked over them other than that. And then I said we were going to pretty much destroy FIU because they just weren't on our level. And right now, it looks like that's what's happening. A 21-0 game in the first half. And FIU's offense, or certainly their defense cannot handle us. But their offense is struggling mightily. That's going to be a double sack. A half each for a couple of guys. It might have been Tatum. It might have been Hargrave as well in there. I can't tell. Maybe it was Bostic. A 3rd and long situation. Another... Ooh, I was about to say another sack, but he got it away. And another punt. Another punt for this defense to force. I mean, we're putting up super artificial numbers because we're playing these really bad teams. We're looking really good. Hopefully these numbers actually are real when we play good teams. But it's kind of like when the really good teams, the really big name teams like the Buckeyes and Texas and Georgia, Alabama, and all these high profile teams, they play really weak schedules to start the year. And then you kind of... It's what happened to the Buckeyes this year in real life. They played a really, really simple schedule after the first week where they played Texas, and they never really got the offense going, even though they said they were going to. Said they're going to put their foot on the gas, and if that's what the foot on the gas looked like for that team, then I'm very frustrated. But they never really did anything on offense all year. They kind of just sleptwalked through the schedule until they got to Indiana in the Big Ten Championship and got killed. So... That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen with this East Delaware team. I'm hoping that we are not just good against the bad teams, we're also good against the good teams. Now that timeout makes a little bit more sense. You got a minute 50 to go. We're right next to the end zone. You're trying to preserve as much time as possible to maybe go down and score for yourself. So the timeout in the first quarter makes 0 sense, but that one made a little bit of sense. A rare stop at the goal line for Maije. Doesn't usually get brought down, but we're going to be able to find our main man, Dion Buck, for a touchdown. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Bryce Saylor is the best quarterback in Delaware history. I mean, it's not a high bar to pass. He had Kenny Garnett, who was, I mean, Kenny Garnett's the greatest quarterback in East Delaware history, but I'm talking passing, purely passing wise. He had to go up against Kenny Garnett. He had to go up against, what's his face? Lincoln Keenholz. He had to go up, but Keenholz unfortunately struggled with that injury for half of the year when he was here, so he didn't get to go out the full season like I wanted him to. And then he had Cole Welliver, and then we had Tanner Applewhite. So there's not really much competition. Is that a safety? It certainly is. There's not really much quarterback competition for the school in its history. But obviously Kenny Garnett is the greatest. But Bryce Saylor, I mean, pure passing numbers, Bryce Saylor blows everybody out of the water with the passing numbers he's put up in the 2 seasons he's been here. Or season and a half, I guess, that he's been here. Best running back's a different question, though. I'm not sure who the best running back in team history is. Best wide receiver, I'd probably have to say Keelan Rounds as of right now. But that could change, depending on who we get. I mean, Bryce Saylor's no slouch on the ground. I say that Kenny Garnett's the best overall, or the best running quarterback we ever had, but Bryce Saylor's no slouch. He can get down and dirty. Go out of the backfield to Maije, make a man miss. Oh, that's the one bad thing about Mitch. He doesn't make men miss like that. Usually he doesn't have to. He just runs past you, but sometimes you need to make a man miss every once in a while. Can we please get set so I can call this? There's the screen. There's the block. Call my first timeout. 13 seconds left. 13 seconds. How do I score a touchdown here? Maije's actually running that route. Okay, I didn't think that was going to happen. Let me roll out of this pocket. I got to hit Maije. He's wide open. How do I not hit him here? And Maije's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, East Delaware. It's starting to get ugly. Florida International is starting to struggle. And we will also start with the football in this game as well because we kicked off, I think, right? I'm pretty sure. So we might get another one where we see the first drive of the game, we go down, we score, and then that one is over. It is over for Bozo. See, there's another spin move. I don't know what it is about the CPU spinning on that. They're just going to kneel it down. You're down 37-0, kneeling it down. I respect it. I understand what you're feeling. Those are big vibes. I feel that. So they will go to the half down 37-0 after 1 half of play, and we do in fact get the football to start the second half. So you'll see this drive. It'll most likely result in a touchdown. And then we will end the game. The next thing you'll see is the game. Oh my God, it might not just end in a touchdown. It might end in a kick return touchdown. Kiki Togiai gonna take it to the house to open off the second half. Who needs offense when you got dominant special teams? Well, that's not how I thought the clip would end, but, well, there you go. A kick return touchdown from Kiki Togiai. The first one of the year, and the first one in his career as a kick returner. We will be up 44-0, and I will see you at the end of this game. Another win for East Delaware, 65-7. The fourth quarter was basically just me running the clock out with the backups. I had a couple of runs with Sean Gray, nothing too crazy. So, 2 wins in the episode, 2 massive, easy wins in the episode. That's kind of what I assumed was going to happen at the start, which is what I said. So I'm glad that it worked out that way. But I'm very ready. I have prepared myself as I was finishing up that game. I prepared myself to be disappointed with heartbreak for Kendricks to say he's committed to another school. Do not show me a lockout screen. Oh, it's a commitment screen ourselves. Trey Littleton, 4-star wide receiver, commits. No, he did choose it. He chose Tennessee. Why? Why would you not at least go on campus? You're literally going to campus this week. Why would you not wait a week to make the decision? That makes no sense. Unless you just had it in your mind from the moment you were born, you were going to go play for Tennessee. There was no other school that ever was going to have a chance. You were always going to go to Tennessee. Why would you not just go? Like, I understand if we had scheduled a week 13 visit and then he goes, I'd be upset, but like, oh, whatever. It's far out. He chose Tennessee. They wooed him. Woo! But we didn't have a chance. But the fact that he was going to be on campus the next week, why not just wait a week? Maybe our visit gives you some more options, opens your eyes to other things, and maybe that changes your perspective, changes your mind. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe you still want to go to Tennessee. And at that point, then whatever, that's fine. You chose your school. But the fact that you didn't even want to come to the school the week of, I hate that in this game, man. Why is that a thing? Why is it a thing that these recruiters or these high school recruits they commit to schools sometimes even before going on campus to that school? But most of the time it's they commit to a school super early into the cycle before any other team has a chance. I get that happens in real life sometimes, but I mean, my God, it's a video game. These guys don't have actual thoughts or actual emotions. Oh, that's brutal. Absolutely brutal. I was ready for the heartbreak, but I don't know if I was actually ready for it or not, because now I'm super depressed. I'm very depressed. I shouldn't have taken him off the board, by the way, because he still has a thing, a whatchamacallit, a complimentary with other guys, and I just ruined that. So that's my fault. Although, can I get him? I can't get him back because he's committed now. Well, that sucks. I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't even thinking really. I was just so upset that he committed that it didn't even register in my mind. John Missouri is gone, most definitely to Clemson. Ben Brown almost definitely going to Clemson as well. We are just getting beat out. We did get a recruitment though. It's Trey Littleton, who is a wide receiver, 4-star, 6'1", 87 speed, 87 excel, but he's got silver cutter and bronze layout already. He's also got 88 spec catch. He's actually a pretty good route runner right out the gates. He could end up being a pretty good prospect for us. But now that we have so many hours freed up, we can afford to use these hours to go other places. And I think we need to keep piling on to Nate Good because the one dude's gone. John Missouri's gone. He's going to go to Clemson. That's just pretty much a guarantee at this point. So we need to help the other guy try to get on campus as best as possible. We need to get in a week 8 to Antoine Broyles. We might be able to squeeze that in, but I feel like it's going to be the same situation. He's going to choose Penn State before even going to campus, which again is going to make me mad. It's going to make me mad. I can tell it. I can already tell it. But now that we have all these hours freed up, we can afford to go after some other people now. So we'll put 50 hours on Tyler Woods. We can go all in on Terry Akbar, which I didn't even really think I was going to do that, but the recruitment has kind of gone in a way where it's kind of unfolded that kind of way where Nebraska hasn't really pulled away yet. Maybe we can get in on him. Arkansas is still going after Niles Griffin, and I have to make a decision on if I want to go after him or not. Is he worth going after? He's 6 foot 215, which is a pretty big running back. His speed is not great. His carrying is pretty good. The only problem with him is I wonder what his skill caps have, how many skill caps he has and where they're at. Because if his speed is capped and he's not going to get much faster than 84, then he's not really even worth having on the team. He's just a waste of a roster spot at that point because running backs under 85 speed are not really even worth it. And running backs with 85 speed are really not even that good. But he could be good. We have the lead on him. He clearly likes us. Maybe I can put a 40 piece on him and see what that does. We've stayed ahead of Arkansas all these weeks, even after not even having any hours on him. So I mistakenly took Kendricks off the board, even though he had the complimentary visit for next week. It's my bad. I should have kept them on there, but I'm so upset that he chose to not come to us that I couldn't help it. I will add some extra quarterbacks to the board. Maybe we can find another guy that has that same kind of throw power speed mix, but I doubt it. I doubt it. I'll put these guys on the board. Some of them have playing time deal breakers. I don't have any hours to scout them right now, so I will just leave them on the board. Doesn't really matter. And that is where we are going to end today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Heisman watch right now is after 6 weeks of action. We have Mitch Majay still in there, still dominating, as you would expect. He's had a crazy start to the year. His stats right now, we've got Bryce Saylor at 800 yards, 12 touchdowns, and a pick. And then rushing wise, 880 yards and 14 touchdowns after 6 weeks of football. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. If I do say so myself. Kiki Togiai is having a great, crazy good start to the year. Muhammad Littlejohn had one game, I think, this past game against FIU. He put up 4 catches for 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm pretty sure that's the one game where he came in on defense. We're doing pretty well or came in on offense. I mean, pretty good on defense. We've actually got a few interceptions, which is kind of surprising. We don't usually get that many interceptions. I don't know why Ahmad Tolbert's deal breaker's not working for playing time. He's literally a starter on the team. I don't understand why it's messing up. He's an actual starting corner for us. I do want to see the stats for the running back position as a whole nationally, because I'm very curious to see if Majay's at the top of that. I would think he'd be close, if not the leader. He is, in fact, the leader by a good margin. By about 100 yards, he's the leader. A little under 100 yards. But he is the leader in the clubhouse in both both yards and touchdowns, and obviously average yards. He averages about 15 yards a carry, which I said he averages about 12 yards a carry. I was underselling it. Very, very awesome. Last thing we could do is take a look at coach skills. We have 59 points. We could use these somewhere. I'm not sure where we could use them. I haven't really taken a look at the coach tree in a while. I've been letting them build up a little bit. Do I want my quarterback to start hot? Ooh, I definitely want my wide receivers to get training boosts. I didn't realize that. Definitely want them to get a training boost. Now everybody gets an off-season training boost. No wonder all of our guys have been going so well. I kind of forgot I had that. I don't know if I want my quarterback to get... Do I want my quarterbacks to be hot going into the fourth quarter? That might be helpful. We probably should get some bonus XP for some of our guys that get drafted. We do get a lot of offensive linemen drafted, so I probably should do that. Wide receivers, are we going to have wide receivers drafted? We're definitely going to have Majay drafted, so definitely want to have that ready to go. Does Bryce Saylor get drafted? He might. D lineman, definitely want to have that because Bostic and those guys are going to get drafted. And then we have 15 hours remaining. We could buy... Oh, actually, we can't now. I was going to say we could purchase Elite Recruiter, which we probably should. Maybe if I let some extra hours, let some extra points build up, we could buy that because I feel like we're going to need Elite Recruiter at some point because we have been struggling with recruiting. We've been getting a lot of 5 stars, but a lot of guys we've lost out on, which is unfortunate. And that's going to do it for the episode, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share for more. Join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.